Cool. I have two quick demos. Okay, so I've also been vibe coding on the side a little bit. Last week I merged a change for an embed bug that created another embed bug that was basically harmless, but it was duplicating some embed users. And so this week I had to go back through any customer that was affected and clean them out. Cleaning them out manually is exhausting, so I started using the API. And then to sort of speed up the API interactions, I just prototyped out a really quick like little TypeScript SDK around it. I did it using Cursor, and so I was like actually pretty surprised at how accurate and how well it structured this SDK based on my instructions. So you can see like it pulled in a little library that does some like HEP negotiations, and then created this concept of a client, which was cool. And then, like I pointed it to the docs for the users APIs, and it just basically trivially scaffolded out these nice little API calls. And so what this ends up looking like is sort of ignore this stuff up here, but down here, you just basically instantiate an instance of your client with your API URL. So this would be your Omni host name and then like an API key. And then instantiate whatever part of the SDK you want to use, like whether it's users or content or whatever. And then you can do these sort of more expressive operations like list out users, iterate over the user list received and print them out. And so what that looks like in practice is sort of like this. So like up here where I ran it, it says like found 10 users and then enumerates them. So this is, for me at least, being a programmer, much easier to work at this higher level than to have to manipulate all the HTTP requests directly or try to write a bunch of like bash scripts in curl. I've actually already published this. I haven't published it publicly, but it's in our GitHub repo. And I'm definitely planning on continuing to iterate on it since it was super useful and helpful to me. And one thing I wanted to just highlight here is in this age of AI, how important our docs are. So kudos to all the folks building the docs. Kudos to Corey for keeping the docs up to date. Literally all I do to sort of like vibe code in this, method is grab a URL to like this page and tell the AI like, hey, go read the docs here and then build, whatever I'm thinking about based on these docs. And it pretty much gets it correct on the first try. So that's pretty fun.